In the physical media world, we have all now become accustomed to pre-orders, to pre-ordering those films that we want prior to them coming out. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? How am I sitting with pre-orders now? That's what we're going to discuss in today's topic. So let us get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to AJ's Movie Place and welcome to a new discussion video. Pre-ordering, pre-order madness. Okay, so do you remember back in the day when things were a bit simpler? When back in the day of VHS and even DVD to an extent, I suppose, even DVD, things had a release date. You'd go to the shop on or after that date and you'd pick up what you want. You get it, you find it. Things have changed now. Things have changed in the marketplace. Things have changed in online and how we get this stuff now. And I want to have a little delve into the psychology behind it, the way that we've kind of been sort of changed in our mindsets by the companies that release these titles and this sort of a thing. And I just want to delve into that a bit, because as I am altering the way I collect, a lot of stuff's seriously becoming apparent to me. And pre-ordering. Now, I've always pre-ordered. I've always pre-ordered, and in the past I've cancelled pre-orders, and generally the cancelling of a pre-order was based upon the amount of funds that I have in my bank account. There's a lot out this month. Let's cancel that. Let's cancel this because I can't really afford it, or I don't want to afford it. I'm spending too much kind of situation. But now where I've stepped back and I am now saving a huge chunk of money, just leaving myself X amount as a kind of like a disposable income, I'm being a lot smarter with my purchases, shall we say, and questioning everything. We're in this crazy situation, right, where we've been manipulated to a certain degree by the said companies, by their release strategies, by the pre-order market, because no one wants to miss out on something, and that's what we've been attuned to. That's how we've been kind of psychologically manipulated into feeling a kind of being left out, fear of missing out. Do you know what I mean? When you lose the pre-order on something, and the stupid part about it is that we're pre-ordering stuff that we haven't even seen. We're pre-ordering films that we don't know whether we actually like them or not. Now, I suppose you could say the same goes for when we go to the cinema. We pay money to go and see a film. Obviously, we haven't seen said film, and we may walk out of the cinema and think, that was a load of rubbish. What a waste of money. But what you're paying for there is the experience as well. You're paying for that whole night out with your girlfriend, with your wife, with your partner, whatever it may be, with the kids. There's an experience element to it that you are paying for. This is simply buying a product off the shelf, not knowing whether you like it or not. Kind of like blind buying. It's blind buying, but we're being forced into blind buying at the get-go. A lot of films, they have an announcement for a pre-order at the point that the film actually hits the cinema. That weekend you will get an announcement of a steelbook, of a 4K edition, whatever it may be, and in goes the pre-orders. And within a few days, within a day, within 24 hours, very quickly, some of this stuff, especially in the steelbook world, generally the steelbook world, or special collector's editions, now that comes later, but the steelbook world, at them, that post, they become out of stock, and you're left feeling the missing out, the fear of missing out. That fear has come true because you've potentially missed out on this item. It happened to me recently. Happened to me recently. Nosferatu, the steelbook, came up. I think it has since yet come up on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken, and you can now pre-order it on there. But it had come up on whatever it was, HMV, Zavvi, I don't know which of the two, and it sold out, and I missed it. However, I didn't feel kind of gutted by it, because number one, the realization of what these companies are doing, and the fact is that I haven't seen the film yet. Now, I'm looking forward to Nosferatu. I think that I will actually enjoy it. I may not. I mean, I liked The Last Voyage of the Demeter, those sort of classic, you know, a Dracula, a vampire film set back in the day. There's a kind of an appeal to that kind of a storytelling for me. So Nosferatu, there's an appeal to it. However, I may see it and I may not like it. Who knows? I will see it before release, and then I'll make my decision on what I will get. But I'm pretty sure that said steelbook will easily be available in one of the foreign marketplaces. I'm talking over in Europe, Italy, France, Germany, somewhere akin to that. So anyway, I've grown accustomed to as soon as a pre-order comes up, hit pre-order, right? And there's been times when I've got like 4 or 5 pages worth of pre-orders on Zavvi. I think you may get 4 items per page. HMV, not so much. I don't do a great deal of pre-ordering through HMV on occasion. But Amazon's the other bad one, where I used to have, I'd say to the Alexa, I'd say to her, she's listening in on me now, because I said her name, I would ask, how many packages am I waiting on? And she would answer. And sometimes it'd be like, 17, 18 packages. My wife would go, what, how much? And I'd say, no, that's spread over the months. That's stuff that I've pre-ordered, over the months. 17 or 18 packages at the same time as having 4 or 5 pages of pre-orders on Zavvi. That's crazy. That is stupid. That's stupid. Okay, so recently, like I said, as you know, you may have been watching my videos, and I was hit by an epiphany at the latter part of last year, coming into this year, and my collecting habits have altered. They have changed, and changed for the better. I set myself a financial target on a monthly basis to save. I set myself a disposable income kind of target for anything else that I want, whether it be films, comics, maybe a collectible or two. I mean, I recently bought that came out of my budget, the Gargoyles figure. I just want to show him off again. He's pretty damn cool. That came out of my budget. Yeah. So anyway, there's been a fair few pre-orders that I have put in of recent releases, and then I've backtracked. I've backtracked on them. And I want to talk about some of those pre-orders now and the mindset of where I'm at, and just let you know what my thought process is about pre-ordering these steelbooks. So the first one is Dune Prophecy, season 1. Now, Dune Prophecy is a TV show, whether it's 8 or 10 episodes, I'm not entirely sure. I know it recently aired on wherever it may be, and we got a pre-order of the steelbook. Now, this is a series that is set prior to the Denis Villeneuve's, whatever his name is, his 2 Dune movies, that obviously we just had the second part of it last year. And this is a TV series that's kind of set years before those movies occurred. So I pre-ordered it. £49.99. I pre-ordered the steelbook. I subsequently cancelled the pre-order because it dawned on me, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why? That's 50 quid. That's 50 quid. Pre-ordering something that you haven't seen, that you don't know if you're gonna like, you don't know if you're gonna enjoy it. Yes, I could, obviously it makes sense to watch it prior to purchase, as in, however it may be, whatever streaming service it's on, maybe an illegal download, who knows. Watch it before you see it, right? And then make the decision there. But then the question is is you've just watched it. When am I going to watch it again? Okay, I haven't watched it. But this leads into my next one, because I had watched this, and that is Gladiator 2. Yes, Gladiator 2, the steelbook. It came up, pre-order, bam, done. I think there was a couple of steelbooks available. I think there's a HMV exclusive or something like that. I went with the other one, but regardless, I pre-ordered one of the steelbooks. I watched the film the first time around. I saw the film a second time with the wife. We both sat and watched. Okay? And then I'm sat with this pre-order in place. I cancelled it. Why did I cancel it? Because in my mind, I'm now questioning myself, hold on a minute, you've now watched this film twice. So you're quite familiar with it. You buy the steelbook, when are you going to watch it again? You've got Gladiator 1, AJ, you've got Gladiator 1. It's on a standard Blu-ray, never upgraded to 4K. When did you last watch Gladiator 1, first Gladiator film? Well, I can tell you now that I've not watched it on Blu-ray. I've got a Blu-ray for it. I've never watched it on Blu-ray. In fact, my last watch for it would have been back with DVD. Back before Blu-ray even existed. So 20 years. Seriously, probably been about 20, 15, 20 years since that film was last watched by me. Could it be 15 or 20 years before I watched Gladiator 2 again? So it dawned on me, well, if you ever get the itch to watch the film again, that's the point at which you hunt down a steelbook, 4K version, a Blu-ray version, whatever it may be, purchase it then and watch it when you get that itch to watch it again. Okay, you may miss out on the steelbook. But by that time, I couldn't give a toss. In 5 years' time, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, I could get the steelbook far cheaper. It could be one of these odd things where the steelbook actually goes up in price and commands a little bit more money. You get the Blu-ray, you get the 4K. See what I mean? It could be that long. So I'm purchasing something just for the sake of the purchase itself. Right? Now, another one is Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim. What's that? Is that £35 steelbook for that? Again, I pre-ordered it. I cancelled it for the same reason as Dune Prophecy. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings, the animated film. I've had the opportunity to watch it for about 3 weeks now and haven't done. There's obviously something holding me back from watching it. Whether it's that I don't think I'll enjoy it, I don't think it will add much to the Lord of the Rings saga, whatever it may be. I haven't watched it. So why are you buying it? Why are you pre-ordering it? It's because we're being made mentally, psychologically accustomed to pre-ordering and purchasing this stuff prior to seeing it, prior to actually knowing what the product is like. Fear of missing out coming into play to prevent us from the actual cancellation of the steelbook, because you don't want to be that person who goes without because it's so many people are watching videos like this, seeing other people open it, other people order it, the kind of buzz about something getting a release. I'm not necessarily referring to this title here, but other titles most certainly. And that all comes into play. And this goes into my next one, because the next film I cancelled knowing that it was actually out of stock. So why did I cancel it? And that was the 4K release of Jodie Foster's Panic Room. Again, £35 steelbook. I cancelled it. When I cancelled it, I knew it was out of stock. I don't know whether it's come back into stock. I don't know if it's available in the foreign marketplaces, very possibly Germany, etc., and easily accessible there. I don't know. But I cancelled it. Why did I cancel it? Because I think this is a film that people are looking forward to, because obviously I don't believe it's got a Blu-ray release. It's coming straight to 4K. It's only really DVD that's been about prior to that. Panic Room, I've not watched since it came out. Okay? I believe I had it. I probably had it on DVD. I can't be 100% certain. I remember seeing the film. I remember thinking, okay, that's okay. That was an all right film. I watched it. I haven't felt a need to rewatch that film since it came out. And here we are now. What year did that come out? Early 2000s? I'm not entirely sure. That's a rhetorical question. So I cancelled it because I'm thinking I've gone this long without wanting to watch it, without needing to watch it, without thinking about the film. So why really am I buying it? You know, it would make more sense for me to maybe pick up a £1 DVD, watch it again, make a decision on whether you like it or not, whether it's worth picking up on 4K or not. But then it comes into play again that you've just watched the film. When are you going to watch that 4K again? Because you've just watched it, you've refamiliarised yourself with it. Could be years down the line. So that one, cancelled. Okay. Now, next three more now that I've cancelled. And these are some that have buzzed and excitement around the internet. Kill Bill 1 and 2. Kill Bill 1 and 2. I think most people would buy both of them. They wouldn't just buy one of the chapters. You'd buy both films, right? That's 70 quid. £70 of steelbook, right? Now, they came out on the same day as Jackie Brown, okay? Now, all three of those films, as soon as they come up, something clicked in my head and I went, pre-order, pre-order, pre-order. All three of them. First of all, Jackie Brown. I've never seen Jackie Brown. It's the only Quentin Tarantino film I have never seen. I have it here. Sealed Blu-ray. I got it cheap. I didn't pay full money for this. I picked it up cheap with the intent of watching it. Now, if I go back to my Culling the Collection videos, when I went through and coloured a lot of stuff, it came to light that I actually had two versions of this movie. Both exactly the same, both identical. Because obviously on one occasion I thought to myself, oh, Jackie Brown, I haven't seen that. I'm going to pick that up and buy it. So I bought it. On the shelf it went. I should have a pile of unwatched films. I don't. It doesn't work like that. It goes on the shelf. Bam. I forget it's there. X amount of time later, I'm back in a CEX, wherever it may be. Obviously this ain't CEX, it's sealed. But, you know, and I pick it up and I say, I haven't seen that. Jackie Brown, I need to watch that film. Let's pick it up. I'll pick it up. Come home. Bam, front on the shelf somewhere. I've now got two of them. I traded one back in CEX when I'd done my culling. I got a bit of money back on it. So my point is why am I pre-ordering a 4K steelbook for a film that I haven't even bothered to watch on Blu-ray? Seriously, I'm going to take that downstairs. I'm going to put that in front of the TV. And I'm going to watch it, and then I'll give my thoughts on it in one of my upcoming What Have I Been Watching videos. That being said, again, I would have just watched the film. I'd have refamiliarised myself with the film. And let's be fair, Quentin Tarantino films, as good as they are, they don't get rewatched too often. This comes to Kill Bill now. Kill Bill 1 and 2, £70. So they came up, again, like I said, at the same time. Pre-ordered all three of these at exactly the same time because they came at exactly the same time. I was excited as the next person for the Kill Bills. Now, had they combined the Kill Bills into one film and given you it like that, I may have well said, okay, yeah, I'm getting that. You know, 1 and 2 together as one film, finally. I'm going to do that. I would get that. For some reason, I don't know why. But anyway, but then I thought to myself, hold on a minute. You've got steel books for the two Kill Bills over there in your steelbook section. You've got Kill Bill steelbooks 1 and 2. Okay? I haven't. What I've got is Kill Bill 1 steelbook containing volumes 1 and 2. Like this. You know, which is a lovely looking steelbook. That can't be denied. Little scratch on it, I think. There, yeah. Little scratch. It's a lovely looking steelbook. I think it's far better than the steelbooks that we're now being offered as a 4K steelbook. And inside you've got both films on Blu-ray. Okay. Now, I've not watched these films since the day of DVD. I've not watched them on Blu-ray. These discs, I've got Steelbook, have never made their way out of this Steelbook and into a player to be watched. So why buy the Steelbooks? Because you're throwing good money after bad, essentially. So I've paid money for this, okay? Then I go and buy the 2 other existing Steelbooks. Where have I wasted the money? Have I wasted £70 on the 2 new Steelbooks? Okay, I know they're 4K upgrades. Or have I wasted the money on whatever this cost me back in the day? I actually have a DVD version of Kill Bill in a Japanese release in a nice yellow box, which got a little tiny sword in it. A t-shirt, which obviously ain't going to fit me. And whatever else comes in that. Like little block man for on the motorcycle. Like little, I don't know what it is, some weird little thing. Anyway, my point is good money after bad. So I got the 2 Steelbooks in hand here. I've got this Steelbook. I've wasted money somewhere because it's the same damn film. Okay, you can argue all you want about the whole picture clarity of a 4K, the sound might be better. At the end of the day, I'm watching the same film. I'm watching the same film, whether it's in Blu-ray and 4K, and the transfer difference between Blu-ray to 4K isn't as big an uplift as what it was from DVD to Blu-ray. Okay, that's it. And then, like I said, the question remains, I buy Kill Bill 1 and 2 on 4K. I watch them. When am I going to watch them again? Because I haven't watched this film in as long as I have. It's a great film, don't get me wrong. Kill Bill, I think they're some of Quentin Tarantino's best films. I love them. I think Uma Thurman's great in it. I think they're brilliant movies. But the question remains, and I could ask that question about every single film that I buy, but I'm not going to ask that question about every single film that I buy. When will I watch it again? Because I know the answer inevitably be sometime down the line. That being said, my mindset now is in a place where if I've got a film on Blu-ray and a 4K upgrade is announced or comes out, then I will ask myself the question, when did I last watch said film on Blu-ray? And do I need it as a 4K upgrade? Okay, so there's going to be a lot that I say no to. There'll be some that I say yes to. Deep Blue Sea from Arrow, 4K edition, coming out March, I think it is. Yes, I've pre-ordered it. Deep Blue Sea is a film that I enjoyed my cinema trip. I remember where I was. I remember seeing it. I remember loving it. I remember getting it on DVD, watched it umpteen times, watched it on Blu-ray several times. As soon as I get the 4K, I will watch the 4K, and that film probably watched again in a year or 2 after that, because I love the film, so I can justify that purchase. But yes, so these had a year ago, if I was asked, do you think in a year's time you'll be thinking how you are now? I would have said no. I would have said, no, I'm not thinking the way I am now. I wouldn't be thinking the way I am now. I'll carry on. I'll be as I am now. But something changed. Something changed in January. And I think it was all the events of 2024 for me that ultimately has altered my mindset, has altered my perception, has altered my outlook. And now I'm looking at this stuff completely differently. Okay. And yeah, I seriously, that's the place I'm in. So, I do think that we are being made mugs of, in a sense, with the release strategy of these companies. And the companies themselves are playing games with people, right? This has become apparent because they'll release something, said item will go out of stock very quickly, sold out, and then all of a sudden, more stock has come back in, more stock has resurfaced, limited stock has resurfaced. People buy again or pre-order again, it goes out of stock again, then again it's happened. You've seen it come back around online. Oh, it's available again. you know, you've got to ask yourself, and I believe that they are, these companies are playing a game with us in the sense that they're driving that fear of missing out, that you know, that feeling of getting a hold of something. Now, you know, a strange thing happened to me, right? You know, I'm quite attuned to chemical changes in my body, right? In a sense, you know, I've suffered depression. Depression's a chemical change in the mind, the chemical makeup, and all this sort of thing. And you know, I've gone a little bit of time with not buying anything. When I say a little bit of time, yeah, 5 days, 6 days for me without a package turning up is a big stretch of time without a package turning up, you know, because, you know, I had stuff arriving all the time. You know, my December haul was mental, okay? You know, I probably got a title for every single day of December, picked up almost, which is just mental and stupid, right? It really is stupid. It shows the stupidity of me, right, as a collector. And highlights the stupidity of the whole thing itself. So anyway, this funny thing happened in that I'd ordered a book, right? It was a very cheap book. It cost me £2.50. Okay, it was the making of Saving Private Ryan. It was this book here. I'd ordered it. And I completely forgot. Completely forgot that I'd ordered it. I hadn't forgot that I ordered it, but I forgot that it had been posted, etc. And I opened up the mailbox. You know, I've got one of them boxes on the wall outside, a Dropbox kind of thing. I opened it up, not expecting to see anything inside. And there was a package inside. I mean, I knew what it was the minute I saw it. You know, I knew that, but there was a package inside, and I felt this wash, a euphoric wash come over me, kind of a thing. This sort of chemical reaction in the body, for want of a better term, right? I felt something happen. I felt this sort of like, whether it was a little rush of adrenaline, I'd got something, I don't know what it was, right? But I was aware of the feeling, of the euphoric feeling that it gave me. And it just highlighted this, you know, and this is something that people get when they click purchase on something online and this sort of a thing. But I think what had happened with me is I'd had so much coming through all the time that feeling was just second nature, and you didn't feel it. I didn't feel it because it was there as a constant. It's kind of like you know, for want of a better analogy, maybe like someone who takes drugs looking for their next high. You know how you have gateway drugs because, you know, you're on a certain low level drug and it may not do for you what it once did, so you go up to the next level or the next level. You know, you go from flipping, I don't know, smoking marijuana to taking cocaine to shooting up with bloody heroin or something like that until you're dead, right? But what my point is that it's you know, that I was living this feeling as a constant, and that constant was a norm because you're buying. But the minute I broke from buying, I didn't buy anything for some time, not expecting anything to come in the post, and I opened up the post box. There's that. It felt good. It felt great. But what felt better was actually the realisation of what was happening. And this is what's happening with us all, and this is what we're being kind of manipulated into. It's very, very, very clever, very clever. But yeah, so the question is, why are we pre-ordering stuff that we haven't even seen? We don't know if we enjoy it. How many people are actually keeping their pre-orders in place because the item has sold out and they don't want to miss out on said item? I'm past that now. I couldn't care less if, you know, Nosferatu. Yes, like I said, I think it did become available again. But I'll make my decision once I've seen the film and go from there. If I end up with a steelbook, I end up with a steelbook. If the film's worthwhile with a steelbook. If I end up with a 4K standard, I get a 4K standard. It doesn't matter. It's the film. It's the film that counts ultimately, right? Not the packaging. Although, you know, nice packaging is nice. So, yeah, I'm not going to deny that. But yeah, so, you know, why do we do it? why do we pre-order? Why do we feel this buzz about pre-ordering? And you know, we have to pre-order, we have to get in there, because we're all feeling it. We're all feeling this fear of missing out, whether you think you're feeling it or not, because it's driving you to hit pre-order on these items, on films that you haven't even seen. It's mental, it's crazy, it's stupid, it truly is. And it's nice, it's so refreshing to be stepped back from it. Yeah, I'll let everyone else do that, I'll let you lot do it, and I won't, and I feel great for it, I really do. And that's, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to get that stuff out there, talk about it, give you my opinions on it, where I'm sat with it, the thought process behind it. I mean, let me grab that again. So with those cancellations, with those cancellations of mine, right? So Dune Prophecy, £50. You got £70. That's £140. £140. 210. That's £260. Okay, Dune. Lord of the Rings, Panic Room, Kill Bill, Jackie Brown, Nosferatu. That's £260 of money. Christ almighty, what could I do with £260? You know, with 200. I'm not saying that some of them I won't get. You know, Nosferatu, I'll probably watch, I'll probably enjoy. I'm hoping I will, and I'll probably buy it. Jackie Brown, no. Kill Bills, no. Panic Room, no. War of Rohirrim, no. And Dune Prophecy, yeah, probably not. I'll probably pick it up in CEX when the season 1, if I watch it. I don't know. If I don't watch it, I'm not going to pick it up now. But 260 quid, yeah? That's a quarter. Just over a quarter of £1,000. You know, I could put that and save it. I could save that 260 quid to build up the savings. I could take my children out and their partners and the wife for something to eat on 260 quid and spend some hours with them, and I'd feel far better in myself than how I would purchasing them items. I could have that money saved. And one of my children, you know, my children are very good. They don't come to me asking me for money. They never have. I didn't practice what I preached, but I taught them how to save and all this sort of a thing, right? But they could come to me and say, Dad, I've got a problem. And if they come to me saying, Dad, I've got a problem financially, then they've got a problem, because they don't come to me. And rather than saying, sorry, I can't help you, I ain't got no money, I say to him, yeah, I can help you. You know, how good would it be to have the savings built up that when my daughter in 5, 6, 7, 8 years time decides she wants to get married, that I can say to her, yeah, here's X amount of thousands of pounds that I can, you know, towards your wedding. How great would that be? You know, it's about other people now. It's not about myself. This whole room is dedicated to myself. Selfish, really. But anyway, just the thoughts, just my thoughts, getting them out there. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy exploring the changes in the collecting habits and this sort of a thing. I really do. So let me know your thoughts down below. Are we wrapped up in pre-ordering when we shouldn't be? Is it, you know, are we? I'm sure we're all getting stuff that really we don't need, and we're just getting it for the sake of getting it, through fear of not having it in some cases. But yeah, anyway, that's me done. That's that emptied. That stuff there's gone and done. I'll be back with another talk about whatever it may be subject in a week or so, and I'll see you all then. Take care.